NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour presentation under the direction of Jimmy Wilson from out of the paddock area. They made their own unique pit road situation here. I'll tell you how that came about. Another very interesting story, to say the least. You're looking at all the colors of the rainbow, but there's no rainbow today, but there is a pot of gold. $104,000 is up for grabs. And of course, the lion's share will go at the point. 19 cars. Qualifying order is about to be set as the final cars come onto the racetrack. Andy, this is going to be some pretty close, competitive qualifying action. There is no question about that. This is crucial because remember, later in the program, we are going to take the top 10, the spin of the wheel, you know how important that is, determine how many will do the redraw, and that determines where you start. Now, there's an old saying in racing, Andy, they say, well, it's not where you start, it's where you end up. But if you know anything about today's racing, you have to start up front because the competition is exactly tougher than ever and closer than ever.
It is extremely hard to win outside of the top 10 here at Riverhead Raceway, and if you're going to win this race, the chances are you need to stop inside the top 3 rows. Now, the X factor in that could be the fact that whoever sets fast time here spins the wheel in the redraw. Now, you'll see the numbers when the wheel does come out. It could be 2, it could be 4, it could be 6, could be 8, could be 10. Can you imagine getting the pole, a drawing position number 10, and then having to come through this extremely stout field? It would be almost unheard of to come that deep into the field and pick up the Eddie Partridge 256.
And remember this, that's got to be the worst feeling of all. Your stomach literally drops to the ground because all of a sudden, instead of starting up front, you find yourself starting at the rear of the field. You're looking, those of you watching on Flo, at the field. Crew members are allowed to come out, make tire pressure adjustments on the car. In just a few short moments, they'll be sending out the first car for this evening's qualifying order. The circuits will be 2 circuits, of course, the fastest of 2. And of course, as you can see, everybody is ready to, get things pretty much kicked off for today's presentation. It's kind of like the circus came to town in a positive note. When you came down this very busy highway in this very, farm community that now has become industrial. All of a sudden, there you saw it, the Big Indian, and right there was Riverhead Raceway. But as you looked into the parking lot early, you would see tractor trailers lined up, bumper to bumper, as bright and as shining and as colorful as the cars themselves, waiting, ready to go in. But right now, here's Andy Austin with our first car under the clock.
Thank you very much, Ben. And it's car number 26 of Gary McDonald. Gary in the Lakeland Avenue Landscape Supply Machine. Swings it wide into turn number 4. We're under Sean Houlihan's green flag for the first time this afternoon as the sun sets over turn number 2. McDonald, again, we'll go from the slowest to the fastest throughout this. And here we go, white flag out, 1 lap to go. We look at the scoreboard midway through turns number 1 and 2, and 13.036 the time for Gary McDonald. Checkered flag out this time, he tries to improve on it. And McDonald will register 13.096, the time of record for Gary McDonald as we get qualifying underway. Next up, it's car number 29.
That, of course, from Hudson, New Hampshire, the number 29 machine. The driver is Mike Marshall, the MLM diagnostic machine. Taylor Charbonneau, and of course, Kevin Ledoux is the crew chief on the car. This is an independent runner. He said, if you want to get good, you have to race with the best. And he said, that's exactly what I've been doing, is racing with the best. And that is the men and women of the Whelen Modified Tour. You're looking at car number 29, Mike Marshall, on the clock, 13.096. As second time around, Mike Marshall's time, 13.203. 13.203. Mike Marshall, second time on the clock. It is much quicker, 12.955. 12.955. Marshall moves to the top of the charts. Third car out to take time.
It's Trevor Catalano in car number 56, a driver who has set fast time here before. You either love Riverhead or you don't like Riverhead. It's never in between for this 56 team. White flag out, 1 lap to go. He's down at 12.955, 12.267. New fast time for Trevor Catalano. Sean Houlihan waves the checkered flag. Can he improve on that? And we wait. He indeed does. 12.160 is the time of record for Trevor Catalano.
This gentleman on the speedway is looking to start his 150th career start. He'll set behind the wheel of car number 60, the Elite Towing Company, Bar Harbor Bank and Trust Machine from Northampton, Pennsylvania. They call him Big Money Matt. It is Matt Hirschman. Hirschman was not quick in practice today. White flag is out. Lap number 1 moves into second. Matt Hirschman, 12.223. 12.223. Looks to pick it up. Loose off turn number 4. Lap number 2 moves him to the top. 12.115. Trevor Catalano is second. Mike Marshall is third.
The names just get bigger, and hard to believe this driver is qualifying so early. One of the fastest competitors all year long. Multi-time winner. And in the top 5 of the point standings, welcome Patrick Emerling. Emerling takes the green flag. Nice bite through turns number 1 and 2 as the Dale Hegquist prepared number 1. Comes down to take the white flag this time. Emerling, who will have that red Jeff Bodine throwback set to go at Thompson in a couple of weeks. Matter of fact, next week as well. He goes straight to the top at 12.096. Checkered flag out. Does he get down into the 11s? He revs it at the checkered flag and does so. 11.912. New fast time for Patrick Emerling.
6 car to come out and take time. He's considered, of course, one of the hometown favorites. He sets behind the wheel of the GAF Goodies Motorsports machine. From Riverhead, Long Island, it is Eric Goodale. Goodale cut his teeth at this racetrack. Eric Goodale, first time on the clock. Off the turn, loose. Remember, loose is fast. White flag is out. Goodale moves in. He will move up to the 4th spot. Time of 12.186. Goodale second time, looking quicker. Loose off the turn, back to the stripe he comes. He will move into second, 11.989. Patrick Emerling, still position number 1. Eric Goodale is second.
Solid run for Goodale, who was not happy with his mock qualifying run earlier this afternoon, but things holding up nicely for the hometown boy in car number 58, whose children have experienced some success here this year at Riverhead in Bandoleros. On the racetrack now, one of the sleepers here this afternoon. This is going to be Mark Stewart out of Riverhead. Local driver pulls it off at turn number 4. White flag out, 1 lap to go. And time number 1 for car number 81 is 12.283. 12.283. And quickly coming to the checkered, Mark Stewart.
So next we go into our 8th car, attempting to take time, the Chalet Performance Machine. Another feature event winner this season. That, of course, from Bayshore, New York, car 22, Kyle Bonsignor. Bonsignor has been very strong. Cam McDermott prepares the automobile. First lap on the clock. He is now moving into the 8th spot. That's not what he wanted. Second time, see if he can pick it up more. And he does. He'll move into the top 5, 12.136. 12.136. And of course, round number 2 moves him up to the 3rd spot. 12.003.
Solid run for Kyle Bonsignor, who knows what's on the line here tonight. He said he really needs to qualify in the top 5 to have a shot at this victory. He's been up and down at Riverhead over the years, and certainly looking for an up tonight. Next on the racetrack, it's car 00. This is Chris Rogers in the Coors Light JDL Environmental sponsored ride. White flag out this time, another local driver. Solid run, 12.003 is the time of record.
Good enough for 7th fastest, Andy. He's moving up the food chain.
There you go, 12.162, the time of record for Chris Rogers in the 00. And next up, another tour regular.
Sure is. This driver drives the Newtown Pools Wanted Construction Company car. Car number 21. He's good at setup. He's good at driving. From Newtown, Connecticut, Stephen Kopsick. Kopsick has been quick wherever he has went this season. Car number 21. Looks racy. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Stephen Kopsick moves into contention. He is the 4th fastest. The quickest rookie so far. Hard to believe. Wiggles a bit, bobbles a bit. Off turn number 4, to the stripe he comes. He will set back in 4th. He will not move any further with a 12.100.
But then a time like that and a drive like that shows me that he wants it. Car number 21, aggressive in qualifying, and he will move back into the pit area. Top 5 time. On the racetrack now, a big winner at Monadnock Raceway earlier this season. Now I bring this up because it was a tight quarter-mile facility where Tommy Catalano broke through to victory in dramatic fashion. He's been up and down here at this facility. Let's see which Tommy Catalano shows up here tonight. And car number 54 has 12.955. Some time to make up for Catalano as he pulls it off of turn number 4. Tries to go aggressive on lap number 2. Picks up a little bit of time, but how much? 12.139. So a nice pickup by Tommy Catalano. That will put him position number 7 on the racetrack.
Well, next we go to the Hunter Mechanical Machine. From Calverton, not far from Riverhead Raceway, it is Ken Heggie. Heggie has been a consistent runner of the Whelen Modified Tour, an independent guy, able to get the job done. Off turn number 4, the white flag is out. Lap number 1 for Ken Heggie, 12.257, puts him in the 10th position. That bumps Mike Marshall to the 11th spot and Gary McDonald back to 12th. Second time on the clock. Ken Heggie picks it up a lot. Moves into the 4th spot. Great qualifying run, 12.032.
Boy, doesn't that put a smile on your face, Ben, to see a hard-charging veteran like Ken Heggie. That is not a fluke. He was solid in practice both times this afternoon. He's brought a bullet in car number 18. And a solid qualifying run for Ken Heggie. Down the back straightaway, it's the driver that everybody's driving after or gunning after here in the late stages of the 2025 season. Your current point leader by 7 coming into this one is Austin Beers in car number 64. Beers with 12.152. 12.152 really needs to pick it up. He was 9th. What does he do on lap number 2? Austin Beers picks up some ground, but not nearly enough. Qualifying run number 5, or position number 5 for Austin Beers.
Next is another one of the hometown favorites from the 14th car to take time. The REM Machine from Riverhead, New York. It is Roger Turbush. Turbush also turned some quick laps in practice today. Let's see what he can do. Up against the clock, Patrick Emmerling in the number 1 spot. Turbush back in 12th. 12.223. 12.223. Turbush trying to get a little bit more muscle out of it as the checkered flag comes out, and he does. Roger Turbush moves into the top 6. 12.097. The hometown boys have done good, but here's the guy to watch. And Andy Austin, This is the guy that can get the job done.
Last year, after 256 laps, car number 16 was in victory lane. Your 2023 champion, and also a champion with Eddie Partridge as the car owner. Car number 16 is Ron Silk. Silk gets the white flag, 1 lap to go, and his first lap should be a cooker. 12.253 for Ron Silk. So a little bit off, 13th fastest, but he should pick it up this time. This is the money lap. 12.064 for Ron Silk. That's good for 6th.
And of course, another one of the local favorites from East Islip driving the Pete Barton Motorsports machine. This, of course, correction. This is car number 46. This is Craig Lutz, the Riverhead Building Supply machine from Miller Place, New York. Correction, the 96, I'm sorry. We just got out of order. The birthday boy himself, Matt Brody. Brody comes off turn number 4. Brody is 5th fastest on the first lap. And Matt Brody moves to the top of the charts, 11.868. Matt Brody, the birthday boy, just blew out the candle and moved to the front of the field.
This is going to be such a fun race, Ben Dodge. So many different names in the mix for this evening. And another one is car number 46, a driver who's basically in his backyard. A homecoming for the driver who's won 2 races this year. This is Craig Lutz, number 46, lap number 1. Looks smooth out there. And comes up with a time of 12.229. Needs to pick it up. It's Craig Lutz, who's well outside the top 10. His second lap. How does he move up to 4th? 11.992 for Craig Lutz.
Here's the guy that's done it all. He's the man that has the most success here. The Phoenix Communication. Ryan Stone prepared number 51. The driver is Justin Bonsignor from Holtzville, New York. Bonsignor knows this track like the back of his hand. The Phoenix Communication machine looks for the white off turn number 4. Justin Bonsignor, 9th fastest. Lap number 1, 12.075. Lap number 2, checkered flag is out. Comes back to the stripe. Justin Bonsignor moves into 3rd with a time of 11.918. Behind Patrick Emmerling in 2nd and Matt Brody in position number 1.
What year are we in? Car number 3, Old Blue, is the hottest car in the NASCAR Whelen modified ranks. Fresh off his first win of the season and fastest in 2nd practice, car number 3, driven by Tyler Ripkema, wide off of turn number 2, getting up to speed. White flag out, 1 lap to go. Ripkema, who finished in 3rd last year in this race with an ultra-fast speed in practice number 2. Still awaiting some time here. 12.130, good for 14th in lap number 1. He's going to move. Still waiting for time on that one.
And it looks like Tyler Ripkema just struggled just a bit as it came down, of course. And as we look down through timing and scoring, 14th position, 12.130.
I don't think he did a second lap.
Nope, I don't believe so. I think he literally pulled down. So you look at the record books, here's what it says. Matt Brody will be the guy with the fastest time. The hometown boy did good, 11.868. Patrick Emmerling, 2nd fastest, 11.912. Justin Bonsignor, 3rd fastest, 11.818. Eric Goodale rounds out the top 4, 11.989. Craig Lutz will be 5th fastest, 11.992. That's out of the top 5. Kyle Bonsignor, Ken Heggie is 7th, Austin Beers is 8th, Ron Silk is 9th, and Roger Turbush will round out the top 10.
My goodness, what a solid top 10. And look at who didn't make the top 10. Car number 21, Stephen Copson. Qualifies 11th. Even more shocking, Ben, car 60, Matt Hirschman, one of the top 5 competitors in this year's point tally, qualifies in 12th. If he is to win this race, he will have to come deeper than anybody else has in the Eddie Partridge 256. Mark Stewart, solid run in 13th. Tyler Ripkema ran 2 identical laps to qualify 14th, followed by the Catalanos, Tommy and Trevor, respectively. Chris Rogers in the 00, Mike Marshall in the 29, and Gary McDonald in car number 26 round out your top 19.
Well, it's not really surprising because Matt Hirschman has struggled a bit during practice today. Other surprises, the Catalanos, when you talk to them in the paddock area, they said the same thing. They said this is not their style of a racetrack, but when they get into race trim, they think they will be fine. Other individuals back there, a surprise, Steven Kopsik, out of the top 10. Can't tell you when the last time I've seen that car qualify back in that position. Roger Turbush doing good for the hometown guys. He's rounding out the top 10. And when you're, of course, behind Ronnie Silk, that's a great story to be told all by itself. But there it is, the birthday boy himself, Matt Brody, as we go down to AJ, as he is there with car number 96.
Well, we're here with first career pole in the Whelen Modified Tour on his birthday, Matthew Brody. Matt, one heck of a lap there, my friend.
Yeah, Marty gave me a great car here to take those 2 laps, and I really didn't have to do much. It was all them. Just I drove it the way that I needed to. I got everything out of it and put her on the pole.
Well, overall, you've shown the speed in practice today to be a car to contend with tonight. How do you overall feel about your chances in the 256?
Feel good. You know, we just got to be there for the end, save our tires, play the tire game, and just be there for the end. That's it, really.
Righty, well, back up to you guys in the booth.
Thank you very much, AJ Vassar. So if we're looking at history, which right now, for argument's sake, we are, the last time a driver started outside the top 10 at Riverhead and went to victory lane was Jerry Marquis 25 years ago. He qualified 18th, and back in June of 2000, Marquis started 18th and went to victory lane. Most recently, Justin Bonsignor, who absolutely owned this place on Father's Day weekend, pole sitter and feature race winner. So you really got to dig if you're, and I'm not saying it's impossible, because if there's someone who can make some passes, it's definitely Matt Hirschman, but he definitely has his work cut out for him starting in 12th.
You know, we've seen it so many times before at this racetrack. You can start in the back of the field, but it is something that usually uses up a lot of tires. It uses up a lot of the race car. So that's not good, but we know one thing for sure, that the capability of these drivers will be able to get the job done. So as the Mighty Modifieds head back to the paddock area, you're looking at the Heggie machine. And of course, as we said before, big celebration. The Brody family been around this sport for a long, long time. They've had a lot of success at this particular racetrack, as now the final group of modifieds head back in. Tyler Ripkema, what an amazing finish at New Hampshire. Justin Bonsignor and him. He told me earlier today that they were surprised when they got Old Blue back home. It was not that damaged at all. In addition to that, the car they're running today, well, guess what? That's not the same car. But the car that they'll run at Thompson coming up will be that very same automobile.
So Ben, as the sun goes down, another beautiful sunset here on Long Island as we get ready for the Eddie Partridge 256. Eddie, his memory continues to live with the race car right over turn number 3. That's a great shot for those of you that want to take a photo of that. And it's right above the United We Stand mural in our hearts forever, Eddie, because he was such a patriot and a stalwart for NASCAR.
Certainly was, and no matter where you look at this grand facility, you can see the passion that he put into it, his wife has put into it, and everybody involved here at the racetrack. So again, the safety services crew, our line